I feel like there's no good way to start this video, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm here to ruin a Monday or a Tuesday because I really don't know when I'm gonna upload this video. It's probably gonna be tomorrow. However, I think what needs to be said is Pokemon doesn't care about your nostalgia. They don't care about your past Pokemon. They don't care about your past experience. What they care about is how much money you can make for them. And if the features they provide are no longer making them money, it's just not gonna happen. And, you know, I've seen this copium online about, oh, maybe they'll do an offline version of Pokemon Bank, or they'll release all the games on Switch 2. And I love optimism, don't get me wrong. I think re-releasing all the games on Switch 2 with almost every event would be great, you know? However, I just don't think that's gonna happen for a couple reasons. Number one, we've had rumors of Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire coming out. It probably will. I'm not gonna just sweep that under the rug and say it's not gonna happen, but there is the chance that it just doesn't, and then everyone's gonna be disappointed. Reason number two, the DS games and the 3DS games are dual screen, and if I'm looking at that as Nintendo, I just pull a BDSP for, I would say, Black and White remakes, and then for Johto, I make a Legends game where you guys can get all the Johto Pokemon, and completely just abandon the whole idea of Heart Gold, Soul Silver for the Switch completely. That's just what I would do as the Pokemon company. And the reason why I think they would do that, it would just make them more money. Now, could they easily just release the ROM on, not even online, but on the eShop and get free money that way? Sure. But they could just also make you pay $70 or $80 for the game. And that's just what it is. And I've also seen this device. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. It's genius. Don't get me wrong. I think having a plug-in for the DS games and 3DS games is a good idea. However, I doubt they're ever going to do this. Reason one being, they would have to update home for an entire new section application for the loader, and I don't think they're going to do that. Reason two, they just are fucking lazy. If they don't have to put work into anything for free and then put out a product with making it confusing with advertisement, and it's not going to sell well because people don't know what the hell they're looking for, it's just not going to happen. And it's just sad to say, but we just live in an environment in the gaming space right now where if a company can kill physical media, they will. They will. They'll do it again. And I'm not trying to kill your hopium or copium. I am a little bit, but I will say maybe it's time to think about what you're buying. Just to think about it, all right? If you have a home subscription and you have all your guys in there, that's great. That's awesome. But also think about what you're going to do when they shut down home and there's not a replacement for that. Surely they'll have a replacement, right? They just won't shut down home like they'll do with Pokemon Bank. Or maybe they will. And I want you guys to think about this. Why did we need Bank in the first place? Why did we need home in the first place? I think Bank was kind of more valid at the time because it was an easier way to transfer all of my mons to Gen 7. And, you know, maybe I had some too many and I couldn't fit them in all 32 boxes or whatever we had in Generation 7. But in Gen 8, they just cut the decks. And after cutting the decks, we got this whole Dexit movement. And then they released DLC where they released mons that weren't in the game. Moving on, we started the whole Dexit thing. God, I lost my train of thought. The whole Dexit thing happened. And then they added DLC where they could add more Pokemon. If you have DLC, by the way, for 2 generations in a row, for Gen 8 and 9, that you can provenly add more Pokemon. First of all, we can pay for it. Second of all, they can do it for free, because they did. You can still get the new Pokemon even after the DLCs come out, because the game updates. There's absolutely no reason that every Pokemon's code can't be in the game and can be home compatible. There's just not. There's no reason. There's also no reason that they can't give us 80 or 100 boxes in the game. There's just no reason. Even if every single Pokemon was 1 megabyte, every single one, it's what, a gig, 2 gigs? If just Pokemon in the game, the games are tiny. I think the latest games, what, Pokemon Legends ZA, I think those games specifically, I still kind of agree that you wouldn't want all the Pokemon and something like that. But in the mainline games, there's just no reason not to have all of them, because they could do it. The reason they don't have all of them currently is because now you can pay them a subscription to Pokemon Home and Pokemon Champions. And yes, Champions has its own features and things that make life easier. I agree. I love Champions. I think Champions is great. But it's the pure fact I have to pay a subscription twice for Champions, which really you don't have to. For Champions, you don't have to pay the subscription. But if you want some extra stuff or extra box space, you do. Because I only have 100 boxes. And that's after paying a little bit extra to get some like 30 boxes or so. And then you have to pay them extra for more boxes in Champions, and you have to pay them extra for more boxes in Home to put more Pokemon in Champions. And that's just where the problem begins. It's a subscription model. Pokemon is moving to a subscription model. They've moved slowly from the DLC model, and now they want a subscription model. Don't be surprised when Wind and Waves gets a new announcement trailer and it either has DLC Frame 1, just like ZA had, or all of a sudden, there's an online mode you can play with your friends for $2 extra a month, including Nintendo Switch Online. It's just where we're moving to. Pokemon has started being a subscription model as soon as we got Pokemon Go released. And how would I know that? Because they literally started selling shit in the shop. It was a free game. And we were okay with that. But all Pokemon Bank closes down and all of a sudden we're not okay with that. So just remember, we did this. You did this. You chose to make Pokemon a subscription model in their eyes. This is what sells the games. This is what sells all the crap they've been putting out. Is the subscription model for Pokemon. You as a Pokemon fan don't own your Pokemon. You rent them out on a server in a box. And that's just how it's gonna be until they finally decide to shut down Pokemon Home. And I'm not gonna be an advocate for saying you can't have all your guys in one place. But what I would say is if you are thinking about moving all your Pokemon to Home, back up your saves, put them on your PC, keep all of your old Pokemon also in the old games and on your PC. Don't just shove everything into Home, because at the point we're at, if you don't back up your stuff, you're just not going to have it anymore. It can be Thanos snapped away. So save stuff yourself. Use the tools of Google and everything at your disposal to like effectively save your own Pokemon, because if you don't, they're just gonna be gone forever. And that's where I'm gonna end the video. Don't have copium in your heart, man. It's over.